the last couple of years of high school, I went to Prosser here locally, computer networking. Really enjoyed it. That's where I really kind of figured out, hey, this is what I like and this is what I want to do. So, I went to Ivy Tech and got a 2-year degree there.
Welcome back to another episode of Andy's Talk. Today I'm joined by Cameron Stahl. How are you today, Cameron?
Doing great. Yourself?
Not too bad, man. It's a little busy season right now, but it's fun. Hey, tell me, where are you from? We'll start this off here.
Okay. So I'm actually from Pekin.
Okay.
I went to Eastern High School. Grew up in Pekin. Still there. So never really got away.
Left?
Yeah. So still.
Did you play any sports in high school?
No, I was always interested in the computer stuff.
Okay.
Usually those guys aren't sports guys, right?
Not always. Not always.
Yeah. So no sports for me.
Tell me about your family. Everybody still in Pekin?
Yeah. So the majority of my family's still in Pekin. Okay. We obviously, my dad had 11 brothers and sisters. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're kind of scattered around, but for the most part, everybody's still Pekin, Salem, Washington County area.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you get your haircut at the little shack in Pekin? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't actually. But there are multiple places in Pekin that cut hair. Believe it or not.
It's just funny. We drove. All three of our media guys here. We were driving to West Wash a couple times last week. We passed it every time. Like, one, it never looks open, but two, like I just want to go try it. It's just this shack that just cuts hair.
I know exactly what you're talking about. No, but actually just up the road from where I live, so it's like a 3-minute drive to get my hair cut. So,
and while we're on Pekin, I texted somebody the other day. I will throw a Casey's gas station pizza slice versus any pizza locally. It is one of the best pizzas.
Yeah, I totally agree. When Casey's came to Pekin, that was the big thing,
big
right?
deal.
We're getting a Casey's, and I was super excited about that breakfast pizza.
Last week I had a lot of pepperoni slices of pizza from Casey's, and it is unbelievable.
I prefer it over almost anything else. Too.
I really do. Do they make whole pizza? Can you order a whole pizza?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, you can order whole pizza.
It's game over.
I forget the exact number or whatever, but that it is. But Casey's is one of the top pizza chains in the United States.
I believe it. I believe it.
Gas station.
Yeah. So Cameron controls our whole phone system here with the voicemails, the recordings, the phone systems. And he's a local business here, so I just wanted to hear a little bit about your business and what you do and who you want to work with, and just kind of the whole IT aspect.
Sure. I'll kind of start from the beginning, give you the where I started and kind of where I've ended up now. Like I said, grew up in Pekin. The last couple of years of high school, I went to Prosser. Here locally, computer networking. Really enjoyed it. That's where I really kind of figured out, hey, this is what I like and this is what I want to do. So I went to Ivy Tech and got a 2-year degree there. Again, networking degree. Still was interested and found a local company providing IT services. So I spent 10 years working there. Well, I say 10 years. I was almost 10 years. Really enjoyed it. Liked getting out, meeting people. Loved the idea of every day being something different, right?
Yeah.
Especially in the technology field, as fast as things change. So along with that, I have always had like a entrepreneurial thing, like, I want to do my own thing. And I could go on and on of things I have, done. When people ask about, hobbies, my hobbies have always kind of been like side hustles and things like that. I've been in the, vending, T-shirt sales, ice vending, bounce houses, right? So I've always had that, going, and was like, I just want to do what I love on my own. So that's when I decided, hey, I'm going to, make the jump and do it. So I did that. It was the start of COVID.
Perfect time to start a business.
Perfect time to start a business. And really, it was one of those things where I had wanted to do it for a long time. So I was like, I'll do it after we, go on vacation. I'll do it after this, and just prolonging it. And then finally was like, I think I'm ready to make the jump. All the stuff started happening with the shutdown, COVID, and I was like, this just feels like another excuse. So let's just, why not just do it, cut it, so make the jump. And then now here we are providing managed IT services for small businesses, as well as voice over IP stuff. So that includes communications as far as, like you said, phones for businesses. That include auto attendance, call recording, that are more robust of a system than your traditional just, phone line coming into the building.
And you wouldn't have a company if business owners knew how to do IT.
Right.
But I don't think anybody really knows how to describe IT. So what does that entail? How do you set up computer systems and emails for teams and all? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a super broad range in, what is done, especially even on a daily basis, but really it is a managed IT services, right? So when I say small businesses, I'll, refer to a business that really is the size where they, which is an ideal client, they don't have a full-time IT person on staff. But however, they may have, 100 or, so employees. That's where we come in and basically manage that IT almost as an in-house IT person. So we manage servers, switches, the networks themselves, the wireless, email addresses, along with that, the actual endpoints themselves, which would be the computers, PCs, where we've got antivirus, backups, et cetera, where, a business owner, that doesn't deal with technology daily or want to, they just want to run their business. Basically, that's where we come in and we handle the tech side and make things work.
Yeah. What is an ideal client for you if somebody's watching this and like, you know what, my phone system's old or,
Really, I mean, an ideal client as far as phone systems go is if there are phones in the office or phones on a desk, it's an ideal client.
Okay.
We can oftentimes come into these older phone systems that don't have the near as many features, things like that, and still save them money. And, a lot of times I think, some of these business owners get in a mindset that, hey, I'm spending this much money on my phone system. Why would I want to go out and spend more? However, in a lot of cases, it can be the opposite, more features for less money. So that's an ideal client for phones. For managed IT services, really got clients that are, we've one-man operations to, multiple people, 14, 15 people in the office. That's ideal, where there's, servers that need maintained, devices that need maintained, users need email addresses. Obviously, in today's age, cyber threats are huge, and that's something we actually, deal with daily, is really mitigating the risk for cyber attacks.
So you don't do Mac though, so tell me a little bit about that. What's your hatreds for the Apple, man?
I'm not an Apple hater. Actually, I was an Android phone guy for the longest time, and got an iPhone and was like, man,
switch to the good side. There we go.
I can admit I was missing out. So I really do enjoy the iPhone. When it comes into the technical side of it, I've just really, it's just a whole different world. I was, when I said I was working at my previous employer, I was basically working Windows all day, every day, right? Yeah. In some of these large environments that we've got, they're managed by Windows servers, which basically have what's called Active Directory, which is, we could go in a lot of details on how things like that are moving to the cloud, et cetera. But those devices are controlled and managed basically from one central location. And it's just kind of been just a Windows guy, and that's where I like to stay.
We won't hold that against you, but closing this podcast out, we just really want to have you on here, let people know what you do and how you do it, because IT is that phrase where it's like, if you don't know anything about it, it's like, I don't know, I'll hire somebody else to do it. But, there's a lot of businesses that need that, the organization, just somebody to call, like on Saturday, for you guys to know, this is how Cameron works with his business. We have this hailstorm come in. Our weekend calls go to like an after hours line that just take a voicemail. Well, we needed somebody there answering the phones. I call Cameron at 10 a.m. or whatever it was, immediately turns it on. We get phone calls and our schedule gets booked up. So a testament to his business and how he runs it. Not that you want to take calls all weekend,
right?
But
yeah,
you did.
I get it, and that has been a part of it, and that's one of the things. If pitching a new client, it's like how are we different than another IT services provider? And I'll just say it, time and time again, that it's customer service, and that's one of those things where you almost have to get your foot in the door to prove it. But once we get in the door, we can absolutely prove that customer service is, top priority for us. Stahl
Communications has the Andy stamp. He's been amazing to work with. We've added phones and headsets. We're going to be moving to our new office, and he's going to help us, figure out how to get the lines and the Ethernets and all of the things I don't know about. But if you guys need any of their help, reach out to him. We'll put their contact info in the link below. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.